Hello everyone, my name is Lolita Octavienty and I'm the first explainer of our group. Our group will be explained about codes of conduct. Codes of conduct, sometimes also called codes of professional ethics, have been developed by most national and international translation and interpreting associations. Firstly, to help regulate interaction between translator and translation users, and secondly, to help members to perform their job according to sound and consistent ethical principle. There are some things to pay attention in translation. The first is accuracy. An accuracy in the translations means that the translator should be to communicate the meaning of the original message as precisely as possible in the language into which he or she is translating. Accuracy in translation consists of studying the lexicon, grammatical structure, communication, situation, and cultural context of the search language text. Larson menjelaskan bahwa uji akurasi dapat dilakukan dengan 5 cara metode, yaitu yang pertama, membandingkan hasil terjemahan dengan teks sumber di beberapa titik dalam keseluruhan proyek selama proses penerjemahan. Setelah perbandingan selesai, lakukan satu perbandingan lagi dengan cermat. Saat pemeriksaan kesetaraan konteks informasi, pastikan bahwa informasi tersebut termasuk tidak ada yang dihilangkan, tidak ada yang ditambah, dan tidak ada yang berbeda. Setelah pemeriksaan untuk memastikan bahwa semua informasi ada, buatlah perbandingan lain dari bahasa sumber dan teks bahasa sasaran. Larson juga mengatakan bahwa mempertahankan dinamika teks sumber asli berarti terjemahan disajikan sedemikian rupa cara itu. Next is cultural sensitivity courtesy. Language and culture are the main object in translation process. The cultural expressions are often found in some kinds of text which are interested to explore. And then confidentiality. Translators have an ethical duty to protect the confidentiality of their clients' data. The nature of translation means that those undertaking the work are often provided with sensitivity and confidentiality materials, such as legal letters or patent information, or personal data such as birth certificates. Next is disclosure. Secara umum, pengungkapan atau disclosure berfungsi untuk menyajikan informasi yang dipandang perlu untuk melayani berbagai pihak yang mempunyai kepentingan yang berbeda-beda. Adapun fungsi khusus dari pengungkapan adalah sebagai melindungi, informatif, dan kebutuhan khusus. And the last is proficiency. Translation proficiency is seen as the global skills to integrate both the competence and ability that transpires during the translation process and result in the translation product. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Compensation. Translators must A. Not accept additional money, consideration, or favors for service reimbursed by departments. The fee schedule agreed between the contracted language service providers and the departments shall be the maximum compensation extent. B. Not use the department's facilities, equipment, or supplies for private gain or advantage. C. Not use or attempt to use their position to secure privilege or exemption. Non-discrimination. Translators must A. Always be impartial and unbiased. B. Not discriminate on the basis of gender, disability, race, color, national origin, age, socioeconomic or educational or marital status, religious or political beliefs, or sexual orientation. And C. Refuse or withdraw from an assessment without threat or retaliation if they are unable to perform the required service in an ethical manner. Self-evaluation or self-assessment. Translators must accurately and competently represent their certification, training, and experience. Impartiality, conflict of interest. Translators must disclose any real or perceived conflict of interest which would affect their objectivity in the delivery of service. Providing interpreting or translation service for family members or friends may violate the individual's right to confidentiality or constitute a conflict of interest. Professional demeanor. Translator will be punctual, prepare, and dress in a manner appropriate and not distracting for the situation.
Hello, I'm Fenny Deta. I'm from Group 4. I can explain what is translation code and conduct. Translation is an important component of communication and knowledge transfer, which leads to an ethical responsibility to provide language translation and interpreting service. Most, if not all, crises occur in multilingual settings, and therefore language barriers can lead to harms and inequality to some people not having access to needed information. Translation can also be an important component of building trust between communities and fostering community capacity to prepare for and respond to crises, which adds to the ethical responsibility to provide service. To elaborate on justice is an important ethical issue that impact many aspects of translation and therefore needs to be given due consideration. For example, minority linguistic groups may have additional barriers to access information and thus be at higher risk marginalization.
So that's all from our group. Thank you.